What's good with y'all niggas, man? Michelle Obama's podcast is a Recession Indicator by my nigga Omeezy. Let's get into it.
Reasons. I mean, we've talked about this that often I date younger men. And a lot of it is because
Let's stop on that, folks.
This is a crazy conversation for the former First Lady to be partaking in. But, you know, hey, man, to each their own, man. That's a grown woman making her own decisions at the end of the day.
oh my God, we had a
Several
great dinner.
snaps on that
we
one.
had a great dinner, by the way, where across the table your husband goes, but why? And I said, well, maybe because I can.
Yes, Paris.
Is that Michelle Obama? Over the past weekend,
Right? Hey, man, you know, go crazy, bro.
Tracy Ellis Ross and Michelle Obama's podcast clip took the internet by storm for her saying that she only dates younger men because the older generation is just toxic.
It's crazy because young shorties be talking about I only date older men because younger men are so sassy. Whole time younger men are more emotionally mature and tapped in with their with their thoughts more than the older niggas, bro. The older niggas is exactly what toxic masculinity embodies. And that's the shit these younger ladies say that they want to run away from, bro. See, the older shorties, they be knowing, bro. They know what's up, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
So I had to ask myself that question. I was like, what is this about? Because I want a partner. And so often, and it's not just that I'm older, I'm also very embodied. I am a full, very whole person who knows myself, who is in charge of my life, and
Type
who
shit.
lives a very full, just robust life. So it's not just age, it's like life experience and sort of a difference. But a lot of men my age are steeped in a toxic masculinity and have been
That's exactly what I was saying, bro. Come on.
raised in a culture where there is a particular way that a relationship looks. I did enough of it where I was controlled and felt like I was a possession or whatever those things were, or prize, I have no interest in it.
Now, this isn't a relationship channel, but there are a lot of things that I agree with Tracy Ellis Ross here. Only because I know as like a young black man and speaking to other young men seemingly that a lot of us have heard some of the most outlandish things from an older man's mouth. She goes on to talk about
Yeah, easily, bro. Some of the craziest shit. There's some shit that would actually get them canceled that you gotta be like, all right, bro, don't ever say this in front of anybody ever again.
She's heard some of the most insane homophobic rhetoric coming from the
yeah.
mouths of these older men that's just left her agape in a conversation. And I could agree. I've had too many older men tell me that I should go to the DR and be with somebody younger. They hate black women. You know, just some of the nastiest rhetoric come from that generation. Both men and women, but men in this conversation. It's too toxic. It's too toxic. But that's not the thing that really made me stop and look at this video and want to take it seriously. What made me want to stop and think was, in a time like this where there are tariffs, there are rollbacks, executive orders, administration going insane in the White House, why is Michelle Obama doing a podcast with Tracy Ellis Ross talking about dating? This is a
Right? I feel like that's wild. I don't know what timeline we entered, bro. I don't know. After 2020, shit just got kind of crazy, bro. I don't know. It felt like we went into some type of hyperloop shit, bro. But like, I don't know what timeline we're on. I just want things to be back to normal, bro. Take me back to 2018, man.
a variation of the gay son thought daughter question, and this is a clear recession indicator. Whether it's the tariffs or the egg prices, everybody, and I do mean everybody, is feeling the effects of this economy going a little bit haywire. Hell, it's having not just presidents, you know, people who have terms in their terms in, so you know they have to scrape up a couple of dollars doing speaking engagement. But the literal royal family is having to get out in the streets and do podcasts.
The royal family? Let me find out Prince Harry out here doing podcasts, man. Doing intros and Squarespace ads, man. How would it be? Imagine how it would feel to be a sponsor of the fucking royal family, bro. That must be crazy. That has to be crazy. No fucking way. I don't like the fact that they use Bob Marley's music though, but I'm gonna let it slide this one time. I'm not gonna let it slide, but I can't really do shit about it, you feel me? So I guess I have to let it slide.
It's having people like Drake, who is a top 1% artist of all time, musically speaking, do kick streams on a weekly basis. Kick gambling streams. But it's not just the
That's
top tax
crazy.
bracket. Younger people are also tagging themselves and others in what we're calling recession and depression indicators. Whether it's less government assistance, high as hell student loans, or just unemployment running rampant, 25% of young people are deeming themselves as NEETs. There's a new term every day, I know. But NEET stands for no longer in education, no longer employed, no longer in training. That means these people are literally opting out of doing
I ain't gonna lie, I don't agree with that, bro. You're trying to find another name to call yourself a bum ass nigga. You feel me? You're just trying not to be called a bum ass nigga is what I'm trying to say, bro. You're trying to kind of like, you feel me, sweeten the word up a little bit. But no, that is the definition of a bum ass nigga. I get the economy is the economy, bro. And it can make you not want to try, bro. But, you know, I guess if you don't have anybody else you want to take care of, because if you have kids and a family, that's one thing, bro. If it's just you and you decide, all right, me, I don't want to do this. All right, bro, go ahead, bro. Like, you can't force a nigga to try, man. But if you do have kids, I will say, nigga, you better pick your motherfucking ass up and support them niggas. I ain't gonna lie, that's a terrible thing to do if you have people that depend on you.
anything that will lead to them being successful in life. And whether it's opting out, you know, intentionally or unintentionally is up for question. But God, we're about to go through some rocky times.
No, I haven't gotten a job yet. When you deliberately choose not to work, I didn't realize there's like a whole subculture of this. I just thought I was weird and knew I was different
No, you're different, bro. You're a bum.
because you guys never shut up about it. Being unemployed, refusing to work, being an NEET, not employed in education or training, you're breaking one of the most accepted social norms that we have today. I never thought of it as anything that profound.
And I'm gonna just go off on a limb and say this, bro. Black people, this is not for you to do. All right. White people can have no education, none of that, bro, and still get a job off a handshake, bro. If you're of my complexion or darker, stay your ass in school, get that fucking degree, and get that training, bro. You do not need to be a NEET or whatever this is.
During the pandemic, like that's when I
What is
got
he
hurt
talking
and lost
about?
my job and stuff like that, and I got very, very sick. I was in the hospital for a while. I don't know if like gay people fall for the Jordan Peterson stuff. I wasn't falling for it because self-help, self-improvement, paternalism narrative. I had a job where I was making a lot of money before this. I was miserable the whole time. I was always miserable. I've been miserable since my whole life basically. I had a lot of money. I was not happy. Now I have no money because of losing my job, being sick, at the same time getting scammed. You realize like when you have nothing to lose, like you kind of have the edge because you have nothing to take.
Now, I can't
You literally don't, bro. Oh my god, this is probably the most privileged first world take I've ever seen, bro. Wow.
condone any of what he was talking about.
Oh,
It seems
God.
like he has now
I hope you weren't gonna condone that shit, bro. I was about to look at you so crazy.
the ability at least to get some sort of employment and is just kind of opting out of it because it feels more liberating to not work. I could never imagine a life where I could
Ever.
not literally
Ever.
spend money or take care of my responsibilities. But being unemployed isn't just a voluntary option. There are people in this economy that are actively trying to work but literally cannot because there are just no jobs for them.
And I don't think you guys are ready to have the conversation about being so poor that you literally couldn't afford to get to an on-site job interview if you got one.
That's crazy. That's so crazy, bro. But guess what? I know how you feel. I know how that feels, bro. Oh my god.
2.5. That's how many years I've been unemployed. 4,000. That's roughly how many job applications I've put in. 60. That's approximately how many interviews I've had. 4 interviews went the full cycle, from recruiter to final interview. 3. That's how many job offers I've received since December of 2022. Well, Melissa, if you received 3 job offers, why are you unemployed? I'm so glad you asked. One was a teaching position so far away that it would have cost me more to commute than I would have earned.
That's some BS, bro. That is literally some BS.
I think most people aren't like the first gentleman who literally doesn't desire work. Most people literally want to provide, want to have nice things, want to go on vacations, you know, et cetera, et cetera. But a lot of people fall into the category of the second woman who has just been filling out applications to literally no avail. Or these jobs...
Bro, these application thing, bro, before I got my job, bro, I was filling out so many fucking applications, bro. doing hella interviews, going all the way. And I'm like, if you make it to the second interview, you're qualified for the job, bro. Like, you're qualified for the job. Why am I going all the full length for all these interviews and not getting a job, bro? Dog, I'm not. There's some crazy shit going on, and I don't like it, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Literally can't be achieved because of any sort of stipulations that they have on the jobs. Now, this leads to an influx of content creators and, well, podcasters. And this isn't a lane for everybody. Now you're having to compete with the top of the tops like Kai Cenat, FaZe Rug, Michelle Obama, and the damn royal family. And although we should probably...
No way the royal family is now a family of content creators. What the fuck would they think 500 years ago that their great descendants were gonna be Yo, this is wild, bro. This timeline is not real.
We take this a little bit more seriously. I know the internet won't. I'm asking the internet for a lot. These are all signs of literal recession indicators. Like the first lady going on a podcast, sugar daddy's not paying anymore, the Google searches of just how does and the most outrageous things pop up are literally signs that people are desperate and need money.
Yeah.
I know we'll never take this seriously because there are too many memes that need to get off, but I am under the belief that Americans want to have regular lives. As much as people say the woke left culture, you know, individualism and all these other things have taken over for people, people still want to create families. People still want to work jobs. People still want to go on vacations, buy a new car, you know, have a little hobby that they can spend money on, buy that camera, buy that game, whatever. It's getting to the point where these platforms, these events, these venues, these shopping sites are even creating their own buy now, pay here platforms because they know two things to be true. One, somebody probably already scammed Klarna and all these other ones in a firm, and you know they need to have some way to get in where they fit in. But two, they know that the average everyday American still wants to live a life that they were promised or some sort of life.
So niggas are living life by just renting shit, bro. Especially Gen Z. Gen Z don't own shit, bro. We don't own a goddamn thing, bro. Motherfuckers, Klarna just over here getting everybody by the fucking pocket, bro. But oh yeah, you don't got it right now. Yeah, I got you, bro. But if you don't pay me, I'ma dock your credit though. Like Klarna is out here getting niggas, bro. Imagine paying off some Uber Eats from a week ago because you ain't have the bread to pay for it, but you wanted the food now. That is wild. That's just wild to me.
That they used to live, and they want to be able to meet people where they are. That's 60% of people that bought those Coachella tickets. That wasn't Afterpay. That wasn't Affirm. That was literally Coachella setting up their own buy now, pay later platform. And
nah, that's crazy.
People had to pay for the tickets up front and be hit with a bunch of fees and stuff like that just to serve their people because they knew that not only were Americans wanting to be at these things, but they also had no money at the time. It's not just Coachella. Apple, the literal tech company, has decided, everybody's going AI this, innovation that, computers are getting better here. Where can we really make a stand in the market? Not with a new MacBook, not with allowing gamers to develop games on the platform, but no, a buy now, pay later system. This is...
Oh my god. Niggas are so ass, bro. This shit is killing me, bro. This shit is killing me, bro. Oh my god. This is the world we live in, bro. This is the society that we have to build generational wealth and build and raise kids in. This cannot be real.
Literally just a retread of the 80s and 90s when credit cards first came out. There was so much debt that came from the baby boomers and the Gen X people that hopped into credit cards because either they didn't know or they just wanted to live some sort of lifestyle that they couldn't obtain. But now I think that this is just even crazier because specific platforms like, I don't know, DoorDash or even the Popeyes app have a buy now, pay here. That would be like everybody, well, and they almost do, having some sort of their own credit card. While that's true for like a Walmart or whatever.
Type shit, because Forever 21 has a credit card, bro. That is some wild shit.
It would be crazy if Popeyes had their own version of a credit card. I've seen people go Klarna crazy, literally getting all their notifications to hit it once only to realize, damn, I've just been buy now, paying later for so many different things, and it's finally gonna catch up to me. People are using...
Yeah, bro. Klarna becoming a collect, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Using Klarna to buy fucking sandwiches and fast food.
I just afterpaid Uber Eats because I couldn't afford it because of my eviction. I am literally paying $5.20 a week for a Uber Eats meal because of this current situation. I do not know what I'm going
Bro, if you can't afford the Uber Eats, bro, just go cook some, bro. Speaking of which, I'm probably gonna cook some after this.
to do. I have 14 days till I'm out of here. I know I can make the 3,000. It's possible. All y'all have to do is just help me work together. Not just one person, multiple.
This nigga on here begging, bro. Oh my god, this is just like a pathetic ass nigga, bro.
People need to help me.
We'll get into begging culture one day. Some of this is overconsumption, but there's a serious problem. But so wait, let me get this straight. Today's the day of the big game. You Klarna yourself some food on Uber Eats because you don't have the money. Then you Klarna yourself an Uber to the venue that you did Klarna the tickets for. And then now you're sitting at the big game and you can't even pay attention to the game because your raging gambling addiction is stopping you from fully enjoying the game. You literally have your daily fantasy sports app pulled up on your phone because you're so hooked on getting some sort of money that you can't even focus on the physical game in front of you. Imagine LeBron James pulling off one of the most fantastic dunks at the age of 40 years old, and you're so worried about the line hitting.
Niggas worried about the parlay, can't even enjoy the game, bro. That's real. That's crazy.
You gotta watch this game. I'll show you later. I did like a 10-leg parlay. If I hit this one for real, I'll be good. You stole me money.
A 10-leg parlay is crazy.
You already do?
Nah, dude. I invested all my money into the parlay I told you about. You gotta invest. Scared money don't make money, so you gotta
Nigga says scared money don't make money.
start sometimes.
I had a feeling, but I didn't know he was gonna get this many rebounds, so I went with my gut. But I should have.
You shoulda, coulda, woulda.
All I've been seeing on the internet
Nigga said I shoulda, coulda, woulda.
is
Bro.
so many signs that there is a recession either among us, upon us, or basically inside of us at this point. And it's absolutely getting scary. Please check in on your friends. See how many buy now, pay later apps they have. See how many podcast mics they have in their cart. See how many daily...
Hey nigga, don't ask me how many podcast mics I have, bro. I got a couple. I ain't gonna lie. And I got some more on the way. But hey, no, that was the video, man. Appreciate you for watching, man. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Discord and Twitch in the description. And we'll see y'all niggas next time.